Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Raisa J. Today we're going to be talking about my upcoming BBL surgery. And for those of you who don't know what BBL is, it's a Brazilian butt lift surgery. I'm actually leaving tomorrow, Sunday, July... God, what day is it? Leaving tomorrow, Sunday... My brain. Oh my god, my brain. Sunday, July 9th. I'm actually going to Houston, and I do actually live in the DFW area, so that's only about a 3.5–4 hour drive. Chose to go to a doctor that was closer to me that I could drive to the location, just because after the surgery you do have a lot of swelling. And with that swelling, you do not really want to go on a plane and swell even more due to the pressure in the plane. I've just heard that it's very uncomfortable for a lot of girls who go to like Dominican Republic or somewhere far, like more than a driving distance. So in my BBL beginning process of researching different doctors and things like that, I did look into that one facility in Miami that's kind of had some weird shit going on. Like, they've changed name like 3 or 4 times since I even started looking into them, and that's kind of why I decided not to go there. First it was called Iris, then Imagines, then Jolie, and they were really trying to push me into like coming to them, and any place that's kind of a little too eager to get you to go there, and their prices were super low. I just decided that my life is really not worth taking a chance on saving a little bit of money. So I decided to go ahead and go to Dr. Hourglass. I will also post some pictures of his work. Normally people who get BBL, a lot of surgeons, honestly, they just give you an ass. They just give you that ass. And they don't really sculpt your body in a nice flattering way. So you'll have like SpongeBob on top, straight up and down. And they don't really give you that hourglass figure. And that's something that I was really looking for, that Dr. Cortes 100% specializes in. Like, he is known... his name, Dr. Hourglass. I chose him also because he's actually on YouTube and he really knows what he's talking about. He really is into informing his consumers about the process, the recovery, any questions that they may have, and he had his own Q&A videos up, and every week he posts things about different surgeries and especially about the BBL. So for me, it was really good as a consumer because I was able to become really informed, and he has fabulous reviews on realself.com. And Real Self is a plastic surgery forum where people post their experiences, their before and after photos, and it just has really good information like questionnaires and things like that. Anything you want to know about any procedure that you want to get done, it's on Real Self. Why do I want to get the BBL surgery? So it kind of all started because I have an issue with my back. The way that my body gains fat is I have like almost like a shelf in my back where like I have fat up here up top, but then it's like smooth at the bottom, so my body just kind of like uneven, and that was like a main concern for me. But I was kind of like, if I'm gonna go under and I'm gonna get that fat taken out, I might as well get my body to that hourglass shape that I'm wanting, even though my butt is not like, it's not flat or anything like that, but I just feel like there's always room for improvement, and it's something that I've been looking into for a while, and I really love this surgeon's work. Honestly, he's like an artist. He does very good work with sculpting the body, so it's just something that I decided to do for myself. So the most asked question that I get is, how much is this thing costing me? Keep in mind that when you're hearing all these people that say, oh, my surgery was $5,000, it was $6,000, that is just the plastic surgeon's fee. They're not including to you the fact that you have to pay anesthesiology, and you have to pay a lot of times your hospital fees if the facility does do the surgery in a hospital facility separately. So my quote for just the BBL, for as he calls the hourglass butt lift, was $7,500, which was not exponentially more than what I was being quoted from those Miami surgeons either. The entire total of absolutely everything included is $11,851, so $11,851. That's including arnica that they give me, all the garments, basically the garments and the medicine, the lab work, and the Colombian garments, lipofoams, all of that stuff. also including the anesthesia and the hospital fee. And something else that I really liked about Dr. Cortes, a lot of other surgeons do not require you to stay overnight at their facility so that they can keep an eye on you. You can tell that he's really compassionate and passionate about what he does and is really concerned about his patients' well-being. So with him, you are required to stay overnight at the hospital. Now that does add a little bit onto the cost, but I would much rather be in a facility or in a place where I'm kind of looked after the first 24 hours just to make sure nothing kind of crazy goes on. Like, you pay for the surgery, so you can either pay in full cash. Different doctors do have different financial institutions that they work with. The doctor that I'm going to, Wilberto Cortes, has about 3 different options for you to choose from if you are going to get financed for the thing. Now, I use Care Credit, and I have had 0 problems with them whatsoever at all. The process has been super smooth, but you do have to keep in mind that when, like I said, when doctors give you the quote of your surgery, it's their quote. Like, you have to take into consideration the anesthesia and or the hospital fees as well. Now, the hospital or the anesthesiologist department may not take the Care Credit. So I know for me personally, the hospital does not take that form of financial payment basically. So I have to go ahead and pay that one out of pocket or use a different credit card or however I choose to pay. Did I have to gain weight for the surgery? Hell no. My ass loved food. I have spent a good long time eating bullshit for a long time of my life, and I have recently made a conscious decision to really cut out a lot of the toxins. And I was at my tipping point of, if you don't get your shit together, I will be on my TLC, my 600-pound life. So I really did cut back and go on a diet. I actually did decide to cut out all meat and dairy just to kind of give my body a reset. But no, I didn't have to gain any weight. It was all there. It's all there for him to take. But skinny people can get the surgery. The doctor will either recommend you to gain weight, or you can opt in to get an actual implant instead if you're really not comfortable with putting your body through that process. Does Dr. Cortes use drains? I haven't had my surgery yet, but just from research and seeing other people that he's worked on, and he's actually on realself.com too, so he answers a lot of these questions. He does use drains in the surgery, and they are removed after 7 days. Does a surgeon have BMI requirements? I'm actually not 100% sure whether or not he requires you to be under a certain BMI level or index. However, I do know that most plastic surgeons in the United States want you to be under a BMI of 32 or under. That's just because the heavier you are, you're really not going to see the result that you may want. You may have to go back a couple times, and the more lipo they have to do, the kind of more risky it becomes. So it's really for your safety. I know a lot of states actually have liposuction cutoffs where they only allow the surgeon to take about 5,000 cc's of liposuction at one time. Texas is not one of those states. So if you are still under that 32 or at 32 in your BMI, and you know that you may have a little bit more than 5,000 cc's to come off, I would recommend looking into a state that does not have a cutoff limit for you either. That way you kind of get more of the result that you're wanting, but still within a safe zone. Are the results permanent? I would kind of say yes and no. With liposuction, the doctor does remove those fat cells from the area. However, with the BBL, they are placed somewhere else. So it works just like your regular fat cells would. If you gain weight, your butt's going to get bigger, and if you lose weight, it's going to get smaller. You will, however, maintain a nice proportion. I feel like you'll be able to hold your weight a little better if you do go ahead and gain a lot of weight, but it's not recommended just because, honestly, you can end up gaining a lot more in your arms or areas that you don't get liposuction that honestly you just wouldn't ever think of, that, oh, I could gain weight there. So a lot of times people who gain a lot of weight after their procedures will kind of look like weird, like kind of weird, unproportionate, like their body just won't really sit right. You do have to maintain your results. So that means eating healthy, working out. It's just kind of like anything. You're kind of just giving yourself like a jump start, if you want to call it. A head start on being healthy, but you have to change your lifestyle. Like, there's no quick fix to anything. Surgery is not a quick fix for something. Now, will it make you look a lot better, a lot quicker? Like, yeah, probably, hell yeah. But you still have to maintain the results. Like, you're not just gonna get away with it and eat whatever the hell you want to. Another thing that I know that people get asked a lot is, what the hell am I supposed to pack? What am I supposed to pack? What do I need for surgery? And I will tell you that surgeons and their offices really don't tell you all this information up front. Like, you need a whole packing list. So what I did, and the easiest way to do this, you can actually buy them in a package from Diamond Care Recovery, and I'll leave that link below as well, so you can get that. Their BBL plus lipo package is $300. Now, I will say that I chose not to do that just because I had quite a bit of time between when I scheduled and when I was actually getting the procedure done, and a lot of the items that are in the box you can find at the dollar store. So I chose not to spend the $300 and get it shipped to my house, even though that's more convenient. So by all means, totally get that if you're more comfortable with that. But it was really easy to find the items, and Amazon has like pretty much everything. But what I did do is go onto their website, and they have a list of everything included in the box as well. I just printed the list off and bought all the stuff separately, honestly. That way all the products are on one list. You can just easily check things off and be happy and merry on your way to go get your fabulous ass surgery. With the surgery, make sure that you've taken ample time off. I know like somebody got it done at my husband's job, and they like were pretty much back at work like within the next week. And like, while you can do that, it is better to kind of, I would say, take 2 weeks off, because some people the surgery takes a lot out of them and other people just bounce back really quickly. So if I were you, I would go ahead and take 2 to 3 weeks off, just to really let your body rest and recover, because the recovery process is honestly key with this procedure as well. The surgeon can only do so much for you. You have to rest, drink a lot of water, and also like a very important thing with this is getting your lymphatic drainage massages. A lot of times when people get liposuction, they will get hard spots and things like that. If you've seen photos and people's stomachs look kind of twisted in a way, they can be massaged away. So you have to make sure you're doing your massages, and if you're not gonna go for massage immediately, because I know sometimes people are really sore, just kind of try to do self-massage. Try to keep y'all updated on how my journey goes with this plastic surgery. I can't promise I'll be filming the whole time, especially the first couple days after recovery. It really just depends on how I'm feeling and my level of soreness, but I will definitely keep y'all updated on my recovery process as well. So until next time, bye guys. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch my journey unfold.